And room tone. Let's get it.
You still can't hear it even if I put
It
the mic
won't
up
even
to it.
matter.
Well, let's get
If
some
something
room,
like that
let's
goes
get
onto
some room
it,
tone in case
is it
Neil
common
says something
draft?
crazy.
First of all, we've had this on for every time we've done the podcast for years.
Not true.
Yes, true. We always have it on in the summer.
It's not
Why
that.
would-
Oh, wait. Is that one on? I thought I
We
had the
always
other
have.
one on.
We put them all.
They're
on.
connected. You
All
put
right.
to one to on. And that's
Oh my
actually-
God, that's never worked before for me. Usually I have to like go up to them individually.
There's a delay, bro.
Oh my God.
There's a
Man, what
fucking
an exciting
delay.
start.
We're really off to the races today.
Yeah.
We're joined by Neill Lynskey.
Neil
Hello,
Lynskey,
Neil.
our close good friend.
I haven't seen you in a long time, actually.
I know, man.
How you doing?
We'll get into it later.
We're in it.
No. We do usually 10 minutes of silence.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
That's what I was saying. Room
To
tone.
honor the
yeah.
new
Yeah.
pope. Oh, that's why.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Because it's the
the
new-
new pope.
Yeah.
What are your
New
thoughts on him?
pope.
Let's
I don't
hear
care.
it.
Well, I looked him up because my mom was like, maybe he's liberal or whatever, and I looked him up, and the only thing that's kind of notable on his Wikipedia page was like ardent defense of child abuse.
I did see. I
That's
did
going to
see
be
somebody
a
posting.
problem with
Yeah.
probably all of them.
I know.
Any candidate. That's
It's
like
kinda-
why. That's an attractive item to the
Yeah.
people who are one of.
That's what I started texting my mom. Like, well, that's not. Like, I was about to say, like, well, you can't hate on him for that. Like, it's fine. It's like, no, that's not
Like
good.
American Pope.
Yeah.
American
I
Pope.
wish it was the Filipino guy, honestly.
Yeah, did you see that video of him dancing today?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
I really wanted a black pope.
I was
so
hoping for an
Yeah.
African Pope.
I really badly wanted.
I don't
one.
think that will ever happen, honestly.
But
Just-
why?
I think it has happened
they're
before,
racist.
has it not?
No,
No.
there's never been a black pope. No.
Okay.
I mean, there might have been, but it might be how they, like, Mozart might have been black or whatever.
Did
Or,
somebody
like,
tell
back
you
in the
this?
day, they didn't
Yeah,
know.
did someone tell you this on like a street corner in Central Park?
no, me and
Bunch of guys dressed as Egyptians. You're like, oh, I didn't know that.
Me and
Really?
Julio watched a movie about an African Pope, and in the movie he says, "I'm actually not the first African Pope," so I'm
Yeah.
trusting that movie.
Dude, that's like a thing. There was
Respect
like
for that.
I
I
was
like
at-
that you trust movies.
Wait, what movie?
Well, it was called The Pope Drops In. You won't have heard of it,
Oh,
man.
You gotta look it
Is he
up.
skateboarding? What's he doing?
He's dropping in.
Yeah.
Say, "What's
Where
up?"
though? Where's he dropping in?
I don't. Just on a family.
This is one of those movies where they like.
well, they go on a road trip,
It's
and then
about
there's
Santa
a guy
Claus?
turns out to be an angel. It's a whole thing.
This is one of those movies where it's like a studio finds out that they're making another movie.
The Pope drops
Yeah.
in.
They find out that they're
Whoa.
making another
that's
movie, and then they're like, "We got to get ahead of this." So they heard that Conclave was coming out, and then
they
they
Well,
were
this,
like,
yeah, I think this was quite before Conclave.
It
Well,
looks
maybe
pretty-
a few years.
they got the
before,
jump.
maybe a few
Recent.
years.
Wait, can you go
Yeah,
back
it's
to
like
it?
2021, maybe.
"They got the jump on Conclave."
4 out of 10.
Oh,
with
2023
26
actually.
The Pope is kidnapped by his crazy.
And if you wanna
Michael
work-
Angelica.
Well, think about that name for a second, y'all.
Why did they put
Oh
their-
my God!
Michael
Yeah.
the Angel.
Wow.
Then if you want to watch this movie, you can check out Movie Mondays on
Yeah,
the
Movie
Yeah.
Mondays. Yeah, we don't have to talk about that
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh, that's what you guys do?
Yeah,
On
Him
Monday?
and Julio
on
do that.
Monday. Yeah.
They illegally watch a movie.
Mhm.
What illegal movie website do you use? I guess you don't want to say.
I mean, I just
Various.
Tubi.
take them, from Tubi.
Okay.
It's illegal
Yeah.
to put it. Censor this out. we're not letting them know where we put it.
You think
But
the
it's
people
on. It
who made the
reminds.
movie
It
listen?
rhymes with Blatreon.
Blatreon.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I opened up. You know
Blatreon.
the
Interesting
movie
go
websites where you
Blatreon.
click the thing.
I was
have-
thinking
So when
Balatro.
we're talking about the African Pope,
Yeah.
putting the African Pope movie on
You-
what
Well, I would've
website,
gone
Patrick?
Schmatreon.
I would put a lot of money in Blatreon.
Okay.
That's really good for
So-
you, man. I'm really happy for you.
Mm. Well, speaking of that, there was this one time I was I was waiting for Red Arrow Diner. I was like waiting in the line, and this guy told me that there was the first black president was not Obama. There was actually an African man who was president
Who was
before George
a
Washington.
secret president.
I
There was a
believe
secret
Before George
African- yeah, before
Yeah.
George
Yeah.
Washington. And he told me to look him up.
Did you look him up?
Did you look him up?
I did look him up, and it was just like I think it was just like
You know,
like
what did you
Hotep
look up
stuff.
though?
His name, I forget the name.
President
Oh,
before
he
George
did.
Yeah.
Washington.
Black president before Obama, before Washington.
I mean, they have to have had a secret president that
Yeah.
like
Oh,
everyone in charge was like, we're gonna do a secret president that we won't reveal for 100 years.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do it real quick right now.
That makes it. They were very cryptic about a lot
Yeah.
of stuff that would be in line.
But yeah,
I
they
feel
were
like
putting coded messages in
Wouldn't
everything.
if you worked
Yeah.
at whatever shadow government is above the executive branch? Wouldn't you just be like, yeah, let's do
Yeah,
some secret
pick a guy.
let's just
Of
do some
course.
guys
As even
that
just
are-
to have it in the
these guys
documents.
are
Yeah.
legally and technically presidents.
Yeah, who do you think founding father? I don't know enough about founding fathers to pick a funny one.
Matthew Thornton,
Well, that's
Button Gwinnett.
Yeah, exactly.
that's the New Hampshire one, right?
No, Button Gwinnett is Georgia. Matthew Thornton's the New Hampshire one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Not
That's a
too
real
interesting,
guy?
guys. Yeah,
Yep.
Button Gwinnett is
Gwinnett
Gwinnett
County.
County in Georgia.
Yep.
Oh, doesn't
He's
matter.
also, I only know about him
What a
because
name.
he's in Fallout 3.
Button.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't
Yeah.
know.
Gwinnett, Gwinnett would be a strange last name,
Yeah.
but you almost don't notice it if your first name is Button.
Is he like
Yeah.
a Huguenot or like a French?
No,
He
he's
might
human.
be.
Oh,
He's not a
He might
Huguenot.
be
he's like one of those.
He walked
He
up
was
a big
born on
tree.
Earth.
He was one of the biggest guys.
You don't know.
He was a Huguenot.
He was a Huguenot. He was one of the biggest.
He's a Huguenot.
biggest founding fathers. He
They
was,
traveled a big
He was a
thing.
big knot.
yeah, he was the biggest guy. That's what they let him sign. He had no political affiliations. They were just like, well, we got to get a tall guy on here.
Yeah.
Why did the Pope? I just learned about this white smoke thing. That they,
Yeah.
What is that about?
I don't know.
Why don't they just send him
Really,
out?
you just learned about the white smoke?
Yeah, I never really
I
paid
learned
attention
about
to any
the white
Pope
smoke
shit.
is one of those things that I learned about from really annoying people on Twitter.
Yeah.
Who
Really?
Basically, I would say once
They're
a week somebody
vaping.
says,
It's just Catholics
Yeah,
on Twitter.
yeah.
Yeah.
well, no, just somebody always. It's one of those premises for a joke that everyone is always thinking that they'd got
I'd
to.
never even heard
Yeah.
of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Where they say, "Oh, the green smoke just came out, and now
It's
they're
gonna be
choosing a new
Shrek.
Master
Yeah,
Chief."
very
Yeah.
cool.
Something like that. I've seen many of that.
That would be cool, though.
That
would be cool, but they're not going to choose a new Master Chief.
Yeah, there's
What
already
they
one
should do
John
is
117.
the smoke should be the old Pope's body.
Yeah, it should be.
We're
getting rid of him.
Like, I'm not even joking. Like,
And
it's
he's gone.
religious like that.
Yeah,
That's
it does.
absolutely what they should
I
do.
mean, what they do to Qui-Gon Jinn in episode 1. They just
I mean, it is a good point that that smoke is
cremation, yeah.
nothing.
Like,
It's just smoke.
Of course, it was the old guy's
Yeah.
body.
Yeah. Yeah, you've got it laying around. Fucking throw it in the oven.
Yeah.
I mean, the
go.
smoke coming
He
out.
looked
That's
so bad. I mean, he died, so
Yeah.
he's not gonna look great.
Francis?
Yeah, like
he's
I
bad.
didn't check in on him for a couple of years, and he
Yeah.
like really ballooned up.
yeah.
I didn't realize he was the Pope for 13
So
years or
long,
something.
yeah.
I thought he
Yeah,
was
there
like
was a pope that died 13 years ago. I forgot about that.
Well, I also like that the Pope who
John
Yeah,
Paul,
I saw.
right?
I
Yeah.
was my this is like this. What number Pope is this?
In your lifetime?
like a million.
No,
or
no,
total?
yeah. There's
Yeah,
like hundreds
in
of
our-
them.
in our
Cool.
lifetimes.
I didn't know there was so
There's
many.
like there's
Yeah.
3 now. This is the 3rd.
This is not the
What
third
do you mean?
Pope.
the
Our
third
lifetime,
ever-
I
oh
think it's-
yeah,
it's-
Yeah, yeah.
it
But
might,
but-
it
and
might
no,
be
no, no,
four.
no.
Actually, between
Is it 200? Yeah, it was. This is the 267th Pope,
But
which
wasn't
I thought was
there-
crazy.
Wasn't there a Pope that only served for
Wow.
like 2 years and fucking died
I don't
at
know.
some point in like the 2000s?
Say again?
Pope
Wasn't there
dies a
like a
lot.
2-year Pope?
There's been a lot. There's fun
Yeah.
stories. Like there's really fun stories of
Old
one guy
men
who wrote a letter to like some pope or whatever, and had like really good complaints, I guess. So they brought him there, and they made him the pope. And then as soon as he was like locked in, he wrote a new law that said you didn't have to be pope. And then he left.
I mean, it would suck to be Pope.
Yeah.
I don't think so. You don't really have to do anything.
But you have to stay in that
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
ass
but you
shit
can't
room.
fuck
you can
anymore.
pick whatever you want.
You're kidding.
So like,
But everyone's gonna judge your ass for it.
I do remember
that's true.
when Francis became the Pope and John Paul had loved, or what was he
Benedict
John Paul?
before.
Benedict, okay.
Pope Benedict,
He
yeah,
had
yeah, yeah.
he had like a throne, a Gungan
Yeah.
throne, and then Francis had just like a white
A
chair.
wooden
Yeah.
chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And
such a
like,
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so the guy's bad
you
taste.
can instantly beast
not
on.
impressive
on
to
him.
Oh,
me.
he went to IKEA for your fucking Pope
it
shit?
Looks like
and he
fucking
wore
shit.
like the red slippers everywhere that were
Yeah.
apparently really rare or something. Like,
rare red slippers.
but then I was reading about it because he
Yeah,
retired.
then he met the lion and the Tin Man. And it was all fucking crazy.
The funny thing about him was that he didn't die.
Yeah.
He was alive up until like 5 years ago or whatever, and he was also a Hitler Youth, which was an interesting thing.
Who was this?
Yes,
Benedict.
Yeah,
Oh my
Benedict,
God.
And if you
yeah.
look at him, he's the most
Wait,
evil.
they
fucking
voted
guy.
him
Yeah.
out?
No, he resigned.
He was like when we were growing
oh.
up. There was so many pictures that was like a picture of Palpatine and a picture of him
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
to each other.
Yeah.
And
I
he
just
did
remember-
look evil.
True. I couldn't have.
remember
I couldn't
those.
visualize him, but now that you said that, I do remember these
He
pictures.
looked
Yeah.
just like him. He
Yeah.
had a big
Yeah.
brow ridge that was really creeping
Yeah.
over his eyes.
Saggy.
Who's it? Was John
He was
Paul
always going
was the
like this.
one? John Paul died in 2004? Something like that?
I think
Or-
so.
I don't know.
I just remember a teacher crying.
He was the one who had the really great reputation, and then after he died, all the
Yeah.
spotlight
Like Jew
pedophile stuff came
Wario.
out. Yes, exactly. Spotless reputation while he lived.
It was Pope Jew Wario.
But this Pope stuff is going to by the
Yeah.
time this episode
Yeah,
comes
I-
out.
When
That's
is this
true.
gonna come
This
out?
comes out next
Next week.
Wednesday.
on Wednesday.
The Pope lives forever.
Something big
This
could
Pope
change.
is gonna be gone by the time this one comes
Something
out.
big could change with the,
Yeah.
with the papacy
Dude, imagine a Pope
between now and then.
assassination.
By the
That'd
time
be
that this
fucking
episode
crazy.
comes out, I'm calling this right now. There will have been 4 African popes.
Really?
Guarantee it.
All
I
right.
hope.
Wow.
I
That's
guarantee.
sick.
Lock
At the
in
same
now.
Has anyone ever tried to assassinate the Pope?
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure.
why they got a whole mobile.
Well, depending on what your
What?
kind of
They got a
what-
whole mobile for him.
Yeah, they had the bulletproof
depending
car.
on what
Yeah.
your
Oh, yeah.
threshold of effort is, then yeah, I've tried.
You like kind of reach towards
Dear God,
your
please.
nightstand. Assassination
Not
attempt.
today.
Not today. Yeah. Because, I mean, if you think about it and then you, like, go in the general vicinity of a person that could be an
That's
assassination
such a
attempt.
great point that you've made, Cameron. Is that the assassination attempt that we usually think that it starts at a missed gunshot?
No,
No,
it's
no,
a
no.
long process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
it
your
could
whole
be
life.
walking out your door and then just come
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
back in. I tried.
Millions
My
of
keys.
assassinations
Yeah.
attempt, yeah.
It's like, well, now that I'm back inside, why don't I make some soup?
Yeah, assassins do fucking love soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, real shit.
It's because they live kind of meager lifestyles that drive them
They
to violence.
do. I mean,
Yeah.
look at Travis Bickle.
Probably soup with no chunks as
He
well.
tried to eat his hand. He put his hand over the stove.
That is like one of the most gluttonous things you could
Yeah.
do.
Yeah,
Oh,
that-
I'm so hungry.
yeah.
I'm so hungry. I want to eat my own
Man.
self.
I wonder if there's been an assassin that was like a wealthy businessman who was just really frustrated or something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
not a derelict, guy in the
I guess
outside.
usually
It's
so
guy.
is the-
It's usually a guy who's pretty
it's the
down
thing,
in the dumps.
The thing that
Yeah.
they
but that'd be cool if it wasn't. If it was just
The
someone
thing they
who
always
was
someone's
say
completely
about
sound mind.
about
Yeah.
John Wilkes Booth is how he was like a semi-popular actor.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like he was like
That's
like
the
no.
coolest
he
thing
was like,
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But there were also less people back then.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Semi-popular was kind of the floor on acting.
But there was
I would
no
say.
TV, so to
That's
get
true,
your
too.
name
Yeah.
out there,
That's like
without,
Clint- that's like
without
Clint
TV or
Howard
movies.
shooting.
Yeah.
That's like Clint Howard shooting somebody.
Because nowadays you can film a movie
the
for
fuck is
an hour and a
Clint
half.
Howard?
Ron Howard's
You
brother with the teeth.
One continuous take. You film an entire movie, and then that movie can be shown on 100,000 screens.
That's true.
Yeah.
But then if you wanted 100,000 people to see your movie, you had to do it 100,000 times.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Mhm.
One
so he was
person
putting
per
in the
movie
fucking work.
screening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like in the assassination of Jesse James. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Sick
It's a
movie.
really good movie.
Such a good movie.
And then the assassins, the real people who did it, acted it out in a play that had like a
Really?
run like for months, and they
Yeah.
just
Back
they
in
just,
the 1800s?
they
or-
didn't have
Whatever it was,
much
yeah,
in the way
post-war.
of like laws and stuff. back
Yeah.
then.
It was the Wild West.
The
it was
lawless
wild.
frontier.
There wasn't that many cops back
Yeah.
then, so you
No.
could get a lot
Not until
away
we
with
got
a
the
lot of
Irish
shit.
in.
I mean,
Cops
they were
didn't
that
know
was kind
much.
of pre-cops. Like they were basically cops, like the
Yeah.
Jesse James gang.
You
Like,
just kind of
Yeah.
shoot if somebody's robbing your train. You just fight them.
Yeah.
That's the. You haven't seen that movie?
No.
It's so good because
Good.
it's like accurate where their bullets are like rocks and shit. So they
Yeah.
shoot someone and it kind of like just hurts them. It's back.
Yeah.
It's back when a gunshot was like a bad
Yeah.
punch.
Yeah.
Knock that shit off. That kind of a thing.
Oh, wait. This is like muskets and shit?
Nah, it ain't.
No, it's
that
like little
old.
cowboy pistols. Like they get on a
Oh,
train
okay.
with
and,
the real long barrel.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
see it in the movie.
yeah.
They literally go like, "Oh, jeez,
What'd you do that for?
come on."
You bastard. You damn coward.
It's a sick movie. That's an amazing movie to watch on a plane.
Yeah.
Because it's
on-
3 hours.
Yeah.
It's
Ooh,
really, really.
wait
and
a
it's on
minute.
almost every plane.
I'm
Yeah.
taking a flight tomorrow. I gotta fucking watch this.
It's like a-
My-
plane.
My
1 hour
plane
flight.
movies are that one.
Avatar: The Way of Water.
Oh, I was like, "What's
That one.
that one.
It's got a long name.
It's about a cute
big movie.
It's about a cute little alien.
That
That
one.
one.
that one?"
And then I
It's about
got
picking a dog.
I got Star is Born and I got
Okay.
Spanglish with
Ooh,
Absent.
that's
Oh
good.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
those
I
are
watched
some amazing.
I,
plane
on a
movies.
flight to Texas. I watched Going Overboard and The Social Network on the way there.
Social Network on the plane screen.
Nice.
Yeah,
What's going overboard again?
that's
8
Goldie
Mile.
Hawn and
8 Mile is an
Kurt
amazing
Russell.
Mile is a good
plane
one.
movie.
That's
It's
a good
another
one.
like it's on every plane.
Yeah.
8 Mile is a good one.
And you're on the plane the whole time going, "Yo, oh,
Yeah, looking around with the headphones in.
Clarence!"
Y'all gotta hear this shit. Unplug the headphones.
Do you know Cheddar Bob? Look at this shit. Look what they're doing to him.
Cheddar Bob.
Dude, oh my god, guys, Cheddar Bob just shot himself in the leg with his own
He
gun.
burned down the fucking house.
Oh my
Telling the whole
god.
plane about the movie you're watching.
And then not
Cheddar
getting it.
Bob.
Wait, who the fuck is Rabbit? And then at the end of the movie, who's Rabbit?
Why did Eminem not do any more amazing acting,
He was
serious
good.
acting
Yeah.
roles? He's so good in that movie.
It's like the Prince movie where I'm just gonna do
Yeah.
my
It would
thing
be,
and leave.
It would be really
Yeah.
obviously he was kind of playing a version of himself. It would be really funny if he if he did that and then like really took it to heart that he was like gonna be a
great
successful actor and like
Yeah.
went and like played like a robot.
Yeah.
and
He
stuff.
he self-funded a
Plays
space
like
a
marine
Native
movie.
American right after.
like a Russian peasant from like the 1500s.
I'm trapped here in Lithuania.
He's a serf.
Man, this is whack.
Man, this serfdom shit's fucking whack.
Dude, he would have been so good in the Expendables 3.
He would have been an amazing.
That would have been.
Expendables would be-
Oh my! Him as like
when he first got the black goatee.
him as a
Yeah.
computers guy in the
would've been
Expendables 3.
I
Oh
got
my
you.
god!
I got
Yeah.
you on hacking.
Why didn't he become like Andre 3000 or whatever? Just like be in movies
Yeah.
on the side.
That
He
would've
Just a
should
fun
be in
guy.
more movies.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Because he only plays himself for comedic effect.
Yeah,
He pretends to be gay in a movie.
the interview.
He's done that a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
The
feel like that
interview.
is a multiple times.
And I think it's all Judd Apatow behind the
Yeah.
scenes
Evil
making him.
Oh
Judd
yeah,
Apatow
funny people. He's in
puppeteering
that
him.
too.
He's in Funny
Oh,
People.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wearing little glasses.
He's
Yeah.
wearing little glasses and he's in a restaurant
Yeah,
eating
and he's
food.
going,
He's
look at all
got-
these people. Look at
He's
this.
doing his
Yeah.
David Foster Wallace look.
It's a good look on him.
It is a good look.
Everything's
do-
a good look on him,
do-rag
man.
Foster
Yeah.
Wallace.
Man, and
Except
they
that
both
little
killed
hat.
themselves.
DFW.
I just said they both killed themselves.
Yeah.
I'm predicting the future of.
Eminem thought of a bar so.
Did you see that cake that he
incredible.
had for his birthday?
Eminem?
You were his
No.
birthday?
Yeah, you went to his birthday?
Not
Oh,
supposed to
JFL.
talk about
got
it,
you,
but-
got you a celebrity.
You brought it up, man.
Yeah. It was like, this sounds fake. It
Yeah.
was a pile of spaghetti. Look it up. Look it up. It was a cake
Oh,
meant
you
to look
look
like
this
a
up,
pile
will you?
of spaghetti.
The
Did
mom's
it taste
spaghetti?
like spaghetti, or it was supposed
He
to
did.
look like
I
it?
think when we were in Detroit, Steve was telling us that there was
There's
like
a restaurant.
Yeah, there's
that
a
he
restaurant
opened
he
called
opened.
Mom's
Yeah,
Spaghetti.
Oh.
he opened a restaurant
for
called Mom's
him.
It
Spaghetti.
sells like shitty spaghetti and meatballs. In
that
like
was
a
his
cup.
cake. That's not his cake.
That's just a plate of spaghetti.
I mean, it's as you described it.
I
Yeah.
should have just. Yeah, that's it. I wonder if he ever had the obvious one.
Yeah,
An
M&M
M&M
cake.
an M&M cake.
An
Oh my
M&M.
God.
What if there was M&M meatballs in the spaghetti
Has
cake?
he even collabed with
That'd
the
be an elf
M&Ms yet,
cake.
or is he just afraid? Has he collabed with the M&Ms yet?
He could now.
I
You think he's
should
going
be
to
in
take
one
the
of their
Snoop
yeah,
Dogg
he's
rap?
never
movie
gotten up
theater
with-
commercials
If I
or something?
remember correctly, there was like a M&M that had a do-rag on and was supposed to be him.
Yeah.
I guess he must have done. He
think.
must have done it once, collab with him once back when he was first
Yeah.
popular, and that's just the type of thing where you're just expected to do that forever.
Yeah,
If
you
your
got, I
name
mean,
is Eminem.
especially if he stole your fucking name from them.
That's
Yeah.
true.
The
I was
least
sitting
you
on
could
the
do.
toilet the other day, and I knew this at some point in my life, but I then later independently the other day figured out that his name is Marshall Mathers. And I went, oh, that's good.
You're looking at pictures of him on
Yeah.
the toilet.
Because I was like, he's
Whoa,
like,
his
such a-
spaghetti
like,
cake.
why would he do that?
It seems like you went on a
Eminem's
deep
full
dive.
name.
It's like we really dropped into it.
What is his name and what does it take look like?
When was his birthday?
Famous
What is
birthday
his birthday
cakes.
The cake was a couple months ago. Me realizing
Birthday
his
cakes
name
for guys
was a
named
couple
Marshall.
months ago.
Marshall's birthday cake.
But he owns a spaghetti
Yeah.
restaurant.
Yeah,
Spaghetti
in
restaurant.
Detroit. It's like
Why?
they do like ramen noodle cups full of spaghetti.
Yeah, because
And
of the
I
line in
saw
the
a
line
guy
in Lose
go to
Yourself.
it in a YouTube video. And he
Yeah.
said it was
Oh.
not that good in terms of spaghetti.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not.
He said it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
overcooked.
The
Overcooked.
do you think
Overcooked.
that he's going to take the Snoop Dogg route soon and just be in every commercial?
He's
I think
kind
he
of-
would
he's
have.
done
I
that
think he
kind
kind
of.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Isn't
feel
he
like
in commercials?
not
I
so
don't like-
much.
He's kind of
I feel like he had like an
I
Axe
feel like
body
he's
spray
a
commercial
little.
or
He's a
something.
little reclusive.
feel like
he's like slightly
That's so
reclusive.
specific.
Yeah.
yeah. I think there's still a little bit of an idea that he's like edgy.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Well, 'cause he
Snoop Dogg
came
shot
back
a guy in
55.
the head.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg killed someone, didn't
Yeah. Yeah. He killed somebody.
Yeah,
Well,
he? Now
he's
he's
the best.
Skechers.
Eminem came back and released his song about how he isn't even down with SJW culture.
Wait, what?
Whoa.
We already
Oh,
talked
yeah,
about
yeah,
this
I
song.
forgot
It
about
was
that
recent.
song. Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I couldn't handle
He
that.
said it broke my heart.
Knowing
honestly.
that he's not on my side.
He
Yeah,
said fuck
'cause
his
I
own
was like-
kids.
Yeah, he did say fuck.
Well,
but not,
okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Not like that. Not like
Yeah.
old Eminem.
Marshall
no, old
Dillon
Gleeful
says-
to
You
finally
would've gone
admit
there.
it. I want to fuck my own kids.
my
Well,
own-
Slim Shady
fuck
would.
my own kid.
Slim Shady would say that. Marshall would never.
No, he would never do
No.
that. But Slim Shady actually was back for the last album.
Yeah.
It was the death of Slim Shady. It was
Yeah.
kind of a send off for the character. And now he's back to. Now he's going to start doing some.
Well, he does
Yeah.
music for Venom.
now he's going to become
Yeah.
a crooner.
Oh, yeah,
that's
that's
right.
right.
He does music for
Venom,
Venom.
Venom.
Venom with my Venom.
That's one of the most amazing songs ever
Yeah.
written, I would say.
But yeah, I think that's his cash grab more than the commercials. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Doing
Yeah.
songs for
For Venom, yeah. Well, he did
That's
a song
better.
for all the Venom movies.
He's done
I
a
think.
couple of movie songs, actually.
Yeah,
now I think
yeah.
About it.
Yeah,
what
I
are the
think
names
that's
of
what
the
he does.
songs?
Venom.
Venom.
More.
Then
Venom.
I think the other
Venom
ones
versus
maybe,
Carnage.
I think he did. Maybe he did one for the second
The
one
Venom
too.
sting.
But I think that it maybe wasn't. It was like not Venom themed, and they just like used the
They just
song
used
because
it.
he
Yeah.
had a Venom theme
'Cause it
song in
was
the first one. They
badass.
were like,
'Cause it was
another
All
Eminem
about
song.
black goo.
My black goo attacks you.
I told you. I think I've definitely told you guys about this, but I misheard an Eminem lyric, the one in "Without Me," where I thought that he said Elvis drank black juice and died on the
Yeah.
toilet.
Wait, we just talked about Eminem
Yeah.
yesterday. I just
Yeah,
realized.
Yeah.
Caged Elf.
Oh,
Good
God.
Oh
God.
yeah.
I'm not sure
We
if I brought it
just-
up, but I walked into a theme.
No, I mean we've been talking about it for the past 10 minutes, and I
Yeah.
didn't even.
Has he
realize.
done anything recently? Has brought it up for you guys?
No, we
No.
were just.
No, we just, he's kinda,
Cameron remembered a lyric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're not just gonna do it again.
No,
we can't do it.
We can't do it
But
again.
I do
like the idea
feel
of
like
you
I
sitting
want
on
to
the podcast
explain
going,
it to Neil.
Oh,
Yeah.
I remembered an Eminem lyric.
It was a really good lyric. I don't want
Yeah.
to say it because we
No.
already said
We
it.
can't even
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
the
we can't
lyric.
repeat
No.
material.
We can't even
But-
repeat the lyric.
God, I really
it
wanna
was-
tell
it
you.
was interesting that we've both. I thought that you had a misheard lyric.
No, I
by
remember
Eminem,
everything
but it was a
perfectly.
real lyric, and I was like thinking,
Again,
like,
we're not
how
going to tell you
interesting.
what the lyric
Yeah.
was.
No, but I remembered exactly what it was.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to
So,
figure that out.
don't
on
even
your
bother
own
asking.
Time.
I've been living
way.
with this for years,
Yeah.
I've lived with all you
And
guys.
in
Sometimes you
fact-
can't just be a part of
if
everything.
you want to know what the lyric is, you have to subscribe to the Patreon and hear
Oh,
last,
wow. That's a really
the
good.
previous
then I
premium
go
episode.
home. Fuck, I have to. I have to go
Here's
pay.
We'll
$5.
text you the lyric after this is over.
Yeah.
You will learn, but not right now.
I'm holding my credit card, shaking. Please just let me know.
Someone sign me up. Put it right in front of that camera. Here's my info.
I had an insane Google Maps grievance today
Yeah?
that I
What?
wanted to share because I thought it was so ridiculous.
Yes.
And this I can't believe that this is a feature that Google Maps has.
Okay.
So I was going to go somewhere and I was about to get on the train. Train's not running to where I need to go. So I'm gonna okay, I'll take a bus instead. I go on my phone. I have the thing where it's like you go to tap in the address and it says like autofill from calendar and you see the address.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and it said the full address there, number, street, everything. I click on that, it autofills and it just so it shows me a route. And it just shows me a bus, and I'm like, okay, cool. The bus is right there. I just go and hop on the bus. Then, after a little bit of being on the bus, I'm like, I kind of feel like I'm not going the right way. What's going on here? And then I go look at the route, and the map, the autofill had only autofilled. It didn't autofill the address. It only autofilled the word Brooklyn. Even though it showed the whole address. And the Google Maps literally was taking me on a route to the word
To the
Brooklyn
word in the
on the
middle.
map.
You should have gone. You
Wow.
didn't take the
Literally
journey?
just the label
It was
Brooklyn.
taking you,
It was
like,
a
downtown
line. It was a
Brooklyn?
line that just went to the word. It stopped directly at the word Brooklyn.
That
It's like,
sucks.
That sounds like the beginning of a secret amazing quest. Where
I
you
know.
learn the
Did
beginnings
you
of Brooklyn.
see the letters when you got there?
I didn't even make it there. I had to
Oh, wow.
switch and to go where I was at. But I was like, yeah, whoever in the universe has tried to just go to that.
Yeah.
That's got to be an AI
Can
thing.
they
Someone
not
trying to go
just
to Brooklyn.
Can they not just have a pop up that's like, hey, just so you know, there's no address.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't put in an address.
Damn,
You're
I
just
really
going
want to know
to
where
the
it was taking you though.
Brooklyn.
It-
I know,
it-
but-
it was
Oh,
probably
if you
it
go
was-
on Google Maps and you
Yeah,
see where
okay.
Brooklyn is,
It
it
It was
will be
definitely
there.
like downtown Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes I'll click on that, or
Here,
like
I'll pull it
I'll
up.
put an address in from the internet,
Oh, okay.
like somewhere I looked up,
It's on
and then it
Atlantic
puts in the
Ave.
coordinates.
I was gonna say, is it the Barclays Center?
It's
It-
by
no.
Barclays Center, kind
Yeah.
of.
Because they have that
Yeah.
big sign that says
St.
"Welcome to
Andrews
Brooklyn."
Playground on Atlantic Avenue.
Yeah.
That's where it was, right on the.
But it was
border of
literally
that
just
stuff.
a line going to that word.
It was
Yeah.
taking
Yeah.
me to a little rich kid named Brooklyn.
yeah.
I can't imagine why anybody would need to go there.
But
for-
also that
Probably to go to
that
the
you could
playground.
Oh, that's
autofill,
true.
and
There's a
instead of
playground.
autofilling the address, it just autofills Brooklyn. I want to go to Brooklyn.
Yeah, just
How do I get to Brooklyn?
take me
I
there.
take the
I want
simple
to go
bus.
But this, I'm warning everybody: careful of the
Yeah.
autofill feature on Google Maps, and may betray you.
I
Yeah.
don't like that shit when I'm driving and the Google Maps I click the thing and it says, "Oh man, it's a 15-minute walk,"
Yeah.
and it wants me to go up a one-way road the wrong way in my
Yeah.
car.
Well, then you just click the car button.
Yeah, but that's like extra clicks and shit. Or
That's
touches.
true.
I'm not.
If
I
you
don't
touch
click.
it, then a cop could see you touch it, and then you'd get in trouble for
I get
distracted
so
driving.
nervous when I drive, thinking that a police officer is going to know what I'm doing on my phone.
Yeah.
A couple
you got
months ago,
YouTube
I was
Music.
driving in New Jersey, and I just was like maybe 20 minutes away from my parents' house, and I gave me the route home, and it's it's not a long drive, and it kept taking me like up to like the woods, and it had like blocks, and I just kept redoing it, and it would put me in a circle, and like it was trying to get me to drive into like ponds basically. Yeah. And I had it on the walking setting for like 25 minutes. And I was so funny. There's like woods on the other side of my parents' house.
You can't even explain that either, because then everyone's just gonna be like, what?
Yeah, and I was driving around like quiet neighborhoods. A lady walked out of her house because I had driven past it like 5 times, and it's like that thing I just can't handle.
Sorry, I thought I was walking.
I got like so like nervous.
Yeah.
It's just like you can't explain like,
Right.
oh, I'm really dumb. And
I accidentally put on walking. I'm not driving into your house like 5 times.
and it was long enough where I was just like sweating,
Yeah.
freaking out.
You're
Like,
like,
how do I get
be a
home?
road here?
Yeah.
Why?
Are they super territorial about like
My parents?
No, like in Jersey about like
Anywhere that isn't in a city, people
Yeah.
are like,
Yeah.
well,
of
like
course.
in New Hampshire it's really bad where like you like go into someone, like if you need to like
Oh,
turn
you get a
around,
shotgun pulled on you?
you'll go into someone's driveway and then they'll like open the door and just fucking like look at you. Like that's happened like a few times.
Yeah, I mean that's every
what
suburb.
you're supposed to do if you own a house.
well, just
Yeah.
like
Well,
banging a
always-
Yui out of
one of
somebody's
the
like
that's one of the special prizes you get.
Yeah.
for being
yeah,
a
you get to
homeowner.
get a
You
little
get to
bit.
be an
It's your,
asshole.
it's your
Yeah.
territory.
You
Yeah.
get to think Ruby Ridge for like 1 second.
It doesn't. Yeah,
Every
obviously
time.
you're
Yeah.
obviously you're not going to do anything, and obviously they're not actually encroaching on anything.
Yeah.
Sometimes
but you
people do something.
You do get to go out
Oh, yeah.
and look
Yeah.
at them.
Except that does like home invasions do happen.
Well, but
Yeah.
also
well, they
the
don't pull
opposite
into your
happens.
driveway to do a home invasion usually. I feel
Yeah.
How else am I
like.
gonna
in a
get there?
Volkswagen
Yeah.
Bug.
A whole family clearly packed to go camping, pulling into your driveway, and then all getting out.
you
I mean,
go
I-
outside with your gun like
Yeah.
I've heard plenty of stories of people like going down the wrong. I mean, in North Carolina, it happens a lot. Where
Yeah.
you'll go down the wrong way somewhere, you're lost.
oh yeah, and it's
somebody
someone's
walks
house
out with a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty common.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is my property.
Yeah.
A guy pulled a gun on my brother like 2 years ago or whatever, and he said
God.
that he like didn't know that he lived around there, and he said he's just a racist, I guess, but he just said, "Oh, I thought you were one of the kids from the city," and he said that
Wonder what that means.
they live
Yeah.
on a lake, and he said they're coming down from the city to steal the fish. That's what he said.
That's awesome.
Which is like so sad.
They're coming down
You
to
can't-
fish. Wait.
I think it's like a fishing lake, I guess.
Yeah.
And like it's kind of sad to have to explain. Like no one wants your fucking.
That is
Better fish over there.
There are no kids in the city.
the level
Do they have
of
sushi there?
the level of
Stay in the city.
racist you have to be to go out for a day of fishing and you catch nothing. You have to be like, well, black people stole all the fish. I
Also,
think that it was
came
stolen
from
by
the
black
city.
people.
Funny that he thought my brother was part of that group.
Yeah.
He's their scout.
They sent an unassuming white scout.
He's the double agent.
Okay, there's one fish over by the rock.
There was a bunch of fish by some bread
Drive
that I
down from
threw
the
at.
city. I saw a fish that was over by the shore of the lake.
But it has a guard.
Make sure to bring your waterproof gloves so you can grab the fish.
Get as many fish as you can. Put them in a big burlap sack with a little fish logo on
Your
it.
brother's walking around with a big like piece of paper and he's drawing a map of the lake and he's just putting X's wherever he sees.
I saw fish here, 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 and here.
Oh,
We're gonna
that-
enter
that
through
fish
this
made a
old
bubble.
guy's house.
Yeah, we gotta.
We're gonna kill him.
We're gonna walk
Bunch
in.
of
We kill the
X's.
guy. We get a fish here, a fish here, a fish there,
Then
and
buy
then
all
we're
the
out.
fish out of
He's
his fridge.
prepared, so watch out.
He's well armed, but
He's
he
the
knows.
only one
He
who
knows
figured
me
it out.
now. He knows me now, so be careful. He's seen my car.
Been made. Guys, we're gonna have to go to a different lake that's 5 hours away from the city.
You know that he was just at some point just like inventing this, sitting on a chair, just looking out at the
Yeah.
lake for
Alone.
like 5 hours while his wife made a
He had
casserole.
like 3 Yinglings, and it's just like God.
He probably had a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
He probably did. He thought it
He
was
probably woke up
divine.
and instantly knew.
He fell asleep on his boat.
Black teen stealing.
He had a dream of black teenagers like piloting a UFO over the lake and sucking all the fish out with a vacuum.
Yeah,
He had
he's
a net.
chainsawing logs to
He
make
had,
spikes
he
and
had
putting
one of
them
those
towards
nets that
the-
you put the fish in. He woke up and the fish was gone. He was like, God damn it, I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Say it, Pat.
No.
That is pretty awesome. That when you can just think of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It makes me
Yeah.
sad for
Like
his
that.
life that he has such a small life. It's gone to the
But he
point that
lives
he thinks his
among
fish are like gold.
beautiful nature.
Small-
He lives
small
among
life.
beautiful nature,
Yeah.
so he can't suffer.
Yeah.
That's true. He has a better life than anyone who lives in the city.
My grandparents moved into a neighborhood not that long ago with like a big area of woods behind their house.
Yeah.
They were really excited because they get to see like
Oh,
deer
we went
and
there.
stuff. Maybe you
This
did.
is California
Yeah.
No, it was
grandparents?
in North
or-
Carolina.
I think we did.
And they were there.
Yeah.
Okay, so they were there for
Maybe.
like
Matt's studio.
yeah, they were there for like maybe 6 months, and then they realized that there was another development that was happening, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
now they're looking at just like the most wide open shitty.
Oh,
fucking
They
that
thing.
stole the damn
sucks.
woods.
Yeah, dude, and I think it's gonna
Yeah.
kill my grandma.
It's like an old person like village, one of those.
Yeah, it is an old person village.
Yeah.
I grew up in one of those.
No, yeah, it is one of those.
It's called Old
The
Country
dementia
Village. That's where I
village.
grew up.
I had a relative move to one of those in North Carolina. Is that like a hot spot
Really?
of where they are?
Old people. Yeah, it's North Carolina is where like people.
There's
from
a lot
the-
of New Jersey people.
people
who
from
moved
the
down
north
there, yeah.
who can't afford Florida retire in
Yeah.
North Carolina.
Right, and they were
'Cause there's a
building
beach.
it when I went to go visit, and they had signs up that said it was like a rare bird sanctuary, and I was like,
yeah.
"Oh, that's nice." And he was like, "Oh no, but they're tearing that up. That's what we're here for." Like that, like they were ruining the bird sanctuary to develop a town for old people.
Yeah, all the birds are dead.
Which honestly, it's like. It is just what life you value more, and I guess it is. No, actually, I value the birds more than the
Yeah.
old people.
Well, you have to be careful doing stuff like that because if you displace a bunch of rare birds and then you put a bunch of old people in, old people are very vulnerable, and the birds are going to come back,
Yeah.
and there's going to be
Yeah.
nothing to defend the old people.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of the plan.
Yeah, they assume
Yeah.
they're going to come in through the window.
We'll just put them there so they get eaten by birds.
You
Just a
guys
bunch
ever-
of cardinals eating a bunch of old people's
I
like
like how you think
eyes.
the rare birds are cardinals.
Well, different
Cardinals
types
is
of cardinals.
Cardinals the state bird of North Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's
So-
not rare.
Yeah, it's not very rare.
Well,
These could be a rare breed of them.
But it's not.
It could be a rare breed.
Listen.
I'm with Patrick on this. It could be a rare breed.
I knew that it was the state bird instinctually. So
You did?
What's
I
the
think
state
I
bird of
could-
Mass? And New Hampshire.
it's like what is it? It's like a purple finch for New Hampshire.
I don't. That sounds made up. I don't think
I
so.
think
I
that's
definitely
real.
knew at one point what the Massachusetts one was, but
Why
I
do you have to have a
remember
fucking
it.
state bird?
Yeah.
It's cool. Anything
Yeah.
you can have a state thing of is
You're
cool.
right.
Yeah.
You know, we have state fossils. Every
Yeah.
state has a
Really?
state fossil.
Well, what's the New York one?
Oh, I remembered it.
Rudy
because-
Giuliani.
No, it's
That's good.
That's why you can't.
fuck. What was it? It was the one that made me realize that we had state fossils. I can't remember what it is now. It was.
If it ain't, let me just stop you here. If it ain't a dinosaur,
I think it is.
Then
a
I'm
dino-
moving.
I think, or you know, I think
bet
it's an
it's one of those
Archaeopteryx. I
snails.
think it might be an Archaeopteryx.
Okay.
Let's look it up.
oh,
Is that a
Arcturus.
dinosaur?
That's a bird.
Like the jacket.
That's a bird dinosaur. It's
They're
like
all
Yeah.
a missing
birds, though,
link.
right? Aren't they all birds at this point?
Well, yeah, but that
Yeah.
was the one that they discovered. They were like, "Oh, this is a
It
bird."
is
It's a bird.
amazing
Well,
to
they
live
found it. They're like,
through-
"This is a prehistoric bird," and then later
to
they
live through
realized
the dinosaur
the
truth.
dinosaur
Yeah.
Yeah.
being discovered almost again
that they're birds.
is that
Yeah.
they were just birds.
It's honestly not talked about enough.
It makes
Dinosaurs.
me. And I
Oh
think
no,
that-
I was wrong. It's actually cooler. It's a Eurypterid, which is a
Ooh.
big ass sea scorpion.
That is
Whoa,
cool.
That's cool. That's just a lobster.
Which one is it?
Honestly,
No, these are like fucking 8 feet long. They get like huge as fuck.
lobsters
Yeah.
it's a
They
big
got-
lobster.
could be that big.
That is
Okay.
true.
Lobsters can't get that big.
I think I feel like the bird thing with dinosaurs was probably suppressed for a long time because I knew that
Yeah.
people would be like lose a little bit of
Are
interest.
you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bro, that's a
I
big
care.
bird.
I do care a lot less about
Yeah.
dinosaurs knowing that they were birds instead of lizards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
they were making up dinosaurs as they went back then. Like there was like rich like guys who had the fossils and they're like, all right, put that bone on that one, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're like,
That
oh,
was
look
a
at
big
it.
problem
I found the
then.
biggest one.
If you guys had
With a
millions
long
of dollars,
stick.
you'd definitely buy a dinosaur fossil, right?
We would. This
Yeah.
whole building would just be for Cameron's fossil. We would not have the studio in here. It would just
It would
be
just
one
be a
big
fossil.
dinosaur, and we'd
there's
come in
one.
and look
walk
at it.
in.
There's one
Yeah.
fossil
I mean, fair
I do
enough.
really
I
want
like.
to get.
I thought you were just gonna say if we had $1 million, we'd be running.
I'm thinking about. I'm like,
obviously, we'd all be running a
you
museum.
can just
whole
go
building
dig
would
for
be a museum.
fossils.
Yeah, you can.
You can just
Yeah.
do it. I mean, it's just a stupid thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like
Yeah, they
going
found
out
them
and
all.
digging.
They found a
There's
lot of
there's
those.
so
Yeah.
many.
A lot
left
of
to
those
find.
damn megalodon teeth are found on the North Carolina shore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have lots of. But I believe right now the hub for dinosaur fossil hunting is like China. I think.
Ah.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's. I
Everything's
think
fucking
America
cooler
is
than
less less of the hotspot. I believe. I do believe.
Do they have different dinosaurs than the ones that we know about?
Well, yeah,
That's awesome.
not all different, but I mean, different dinosaurs live
The
in different
Beijing
places.
Saurus.
I
There's
know.
a Beijiaosaurus, I think.
Wow, I was one letter off.
think.
pretty close.
It's-
Yeah, O to ING.
No, G J B
I
E
think.
I J I A O.
Do you guys cut stuff out of this podcast? No, you don't.
We
right?
leave it all in.
It's funny. I haven't listened. I haven't, been engaged with the podcast for years. It's really weird.
That's
Why?
all right.
Because you guys are my friends. I don't want to. But what's the most horrible thing
You
in the
used
world?
to hear it.
I guess that's
you used to
true.
hear it next door to my bedroom all the time because we lived next to each other,
And before
my
that,
computer
in
was
my
in there.
bedroom.
At
Yeah.
what apartment?
22. I'm not gonna say the name.
Oh, right. No, just say
22.
on the timeline or whatever.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
when it was like you didn't have a studio or anything.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then I really think of it when we lived together, and it
Oh,
was
yeah.
Yeah, and it was
that
actually
bedroom.
us on your wall, and you would just hear
Well,
us.
no, that
like-
was on Dante's wall.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
that
Which
was on Dante's
gotta get him
wall.
on the podcast.
We need him.
I was just thinking about when we lived together, and I had to battle a rat, and then I found out that you were in your room the whole time.
Pretending to sleep. Yeah, I've told that before. We had a rat problem where you would walk out of the bathroom at night and a rat would run across your feet, and the rat was huge.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
so scary.
Yeah.
And I mean, it really. I'm a skittish person, and it would
Uh-huh.
freak me out so badly. And then one time, you and our roommate Issa found the rat in a in
Well,
her like
So
baseboard.
she was
heating.
like, we got an exterminator. He didn't find it.
Yeah,
he
he
was like,
sucked.
don't make it.
he thought he was like, you're
There's
making
no
this
rat.
rat.
He literally, and then
Yeah.
Issa, like, I went into the room alone, and I had a kitchen knife for some reason. Which is like fine. I was like, I was like 19. It's like, well, I have to have defense. And then you could rip the slats off of like the radiator went
Yeah.
alongside the floor, and then
Yeah.
the last one that I picked up. And in my head, this is wrong, but in my memory of making it up, was because he had a bunch of food back there. He had my saltines in my head stacked up.
Like a dragon's layer.
They're all
Smell
stacked
with
up,
something.
and every single one has a little like sticky note tab on it. It's
Yeah.
like, eat
Yeah.
this one on Monday. Eat this for
Who's
Tuesday.
meal prepping?
He's
your
like
saltines.
he's like a rat that's like working out and shit.
He's got like a whole apartment down there. It's a full sitcom apartment build out.
It's bigger than your
Yeah.
room. It's like goes all the way into like outside somehow.
And it has little prohibition era hiding things for when the exterminator.
Yeah.
Stuff to cover, like a solo cup to cover all the saltines.
Yeah.
and
He had a bunch
stuff.
of dry ice to cover.
Oh,
the
what?
smoke.
Oh, a rat? Yeah, I don't know about any of that. Wait, I'm the rat.
But and then he rushed out right when I pulled off the last like cover, and we were like in battle for a long time. And I had a
go into
I
more
had
detail.
I had a towel in front of the door. It was terrifying. And then he bit his way up into the ottoman.
Yeah, we had a free. It wasn't even an ottoman. It was a free part of a sectional couch.
Oh, dude, that thing
That-
sucked.
Yeah, it was horrible, but I got it for free.
Yeah.
And the reason
Well, it was amazing if
they
you got it for
give you the
free.
promotion because they're like, who the fuck is gonna take one part of a sectional couch? It was this
Yeah.
big.
Yeah, it was
And
good.
I took it, and
Yeah.
then a rat climbed up in it, and they took the they took it down.
Well, then the knife came in handy because then we
Yeah.
took it downstairs and I chopped a big X in it.
Yeah.
And then I kicked it over. And then the rat crawled out. And then I looked across and I was drenched in sweat. And I looked across the street and there was a woman walking her baby across the street. And I had a big knife.
rat in your furniture. The end of Die Hard. You're
And I looked over
covered in blood and scratches.
Yeah, that's in Cambridge too.
And the
that woman
entire
has
time,
never
and I
seen,
heard this
yeah.
happening the entire time. And as soon as I heard eking and screaming,
You were like, nope.
I was like, I'm going to pretend to be asleep. And I
Yeah.
got up and I locked my door and
Yeah.
I laid on my bed.
You were like, and I don't think we knew. You were always just 2 years ahead of the rest of us. I feel like you
Yeah.
just avoided everything
Yeah,
that
I was
happened in that
asleep.
apartment. It was good. It was fun. I was glad I did it.
Yeah,
I was pretty glad you did it too because I fucking hated that rat.
yeah.
That rat would really scare
Did
me.
it come back?
I would
at
try
all?
to run
No.
because I lived right across from the bathroom, and I would try to make my time in the
I
hallway.
lived right across from the back. It sounds like a restaurant.
My brag. I tried to make that distance as short as possible. I would like sprint from the bathroom into my room at night because I was so scared of the rat.
Oh, really?
It scared me so bad.
That's probably why I
And
was
one
the one
time
that
I
did it, because
saw
I
it-
don't remember being scared. I was sort of like, no,
okay, tough guy.
I was just dumb. Like, I wasn't thinking about it at all.
I one time
That thing
saw
coulda
the
killed
rat
you.
in the bathroom, and it made me scared to go to the bathroom.
Jesus.
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
and it was really big. Still the biggest rat.
It was
I've
the
seen.
biggest rat I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
it was
Yeah.
And it lived in with
scary.
We had a tiny apartment.
I think it
too.
was a dog.
It was a dog that lived.
Yeah.
The muskrat that you had in the house.
And you always, I remember
through all your
when you
furniture.
told me about the story, and I'm sitting there feeling so guilty. You said at the end when you put the rat on the sidewalk that he didn't even like scurry away. He like
Yeah.
sauntered
He, like,
off.
he was like,
okay, you
okay.
fucking win.
Well, that's the thing about them. They're
He
not like
probably had-
mice. They're
he has-
just
Yeah.
kind of. They're like, oh, like why would they be
Yeah.
afraid? Everyone's afraid of them.
He
so.
probably had 5 other apartments lined up. And he was
Yeah.
like, I was
Yeah.
going to my other spot.
Well, remember
I don't
that
give a
place
fuck.
that was across the street that was like a like a wizard's house?
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
That house always. I never really got the story on that house, but the
No.
guy who lived in it, because we lived right by Brookline Lunch, that like diner.
Best.
Anytime I was over there, the guy who lived in that house would be there playing with action figures, which gave me
In
some
the
kind
restaurant?
of clue. Yeah, he would be like sitting there, and the people
And he was
there were
wearing
like,
a shirt that said, I live in that house.
yeah.
Hey, Caleb, that's
Here's-
how I knew.
Here's my house.
It was a real kind of Boo Radley situation.
Yeah, he had a giant purple house. It used to be probably a pretty beautiful house.
Yeah.
And it had all of this weird like yellow paint like phrases, weird
Yeah.
I
phrases.
like
remember this.
culty messages.
One,
Yeah.
yeah. Deep Economy was one that was on there, but economy was spelled with a Q.
I remember this
And I was
house,
like,
too.
that's badass as fuck.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Putting a Q in for a C is
And also,
really
it had instead of a
awesome.
Y, it had an IE. So he's basically
Yeah.
just weird in every way. Yeah.
Or really
spelling
I thought he was
Yeah.
normal up until you said that.
He
Took it to
would
the next level.
What is that?
Wait,
a
wait,
nickname or something? Very strange.
Is this like Quebecois? Is this like is this guy Montrealian?
Why would we know that?
I don't know.
Why would
Why
you go?
would-
Why would you go
economy?
there? Why would your brain go there?
I don't know. I
For
thought
what?
well the EQ
Okay.
Okay.
for economy,
Music.
IE
Mm-hmm.
at the end. That sounds French Canadian to me.
No.
No.
You're thinking of the Q in Quebec.
Yeah.
It must be.
You're
They don't
just
really.
thinking
It's not really a Q
I
language.
can, yeah, but I feel
that
like
much.
EQ.
It's not really a cute kind of place.
Oh well.
Not too many Qs. I feel like.
I think the
I
more
understand
likely-
where my
like,
brain
maybe-
is
Given the
going.
fact that he was
Sank.
at a diner playing with action
Qua.
figures, and he was an old man,
Yeah, he was
and his house
probably
was purple,
70s.
I think he was just insane.
Okay.
and not
I think
French.
he was from another dimension.
It
I
sounds
always
a
just
little
wondered.
bit
It was
Quebec
a
to me.
giant fucking house.
It's
Yeah, it
huge.
was
Yeah.
big.
It took up
Huge.
an entire corner. Basically about half of what our big apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was.
yeah. It
What
was-
if you looked like deeply at one of the action figures he was playing with,
And it was, like, French?
Yeah, it was you.
yeah, a little rat.
You and a rat. He's like, yesterday I saw this.
Night is the night.
No, it happens before.
You
He's
did well
looking at
yesterday,
it.
my boy.
The puppeteer.
He has a full set. He has this miniature in his house right now in the deep economy house.
Yeah,
That shit.
he's got all 4 of us with microphones, and he's saying what we're saying.
That was badass,
Dude,
man. That
that'd
was
be
an amazing
cool.
apartment because it was you. We lived so close to a McDonald's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I live close to McDonald's now, and then
Congrats.
yesterday someone got stabbed in the head at that McDonald's.
Oh
in the
yeah,
head.
yeah.
yeah, there
Yeah,
were there
I
were
guess
3
you guys
helicopters.
hearing the
Jesus
helicopters.
Christ.
Yeah.
No.
That shit was crazy.
Happened at 11 a.m. and I had walked past that McDonald's at 10:30.
Yeah,
It could've
and
been
you were
you. Could've
been,
harassing
yeah.
all the
It
people.
could've been
and said,
you.
Hey, come get me! And you know what?
Hey.
If you don't want to kill me, you should kill the next person.
If I don't eat all this food, you gotta kill that guy.
Kill me or double it and
I
give it
went
to
up
the
to my
next
friend
guy.
and I was like, "Hey, want to do the McDonald's challenge?"
You have to kill a random guy to make helicopters fly over all day.
I don't know. I didn't really know him, but it seemed like a funny joke at the time.
The McDonald's challenge has
Yeah.
been traced back to one Neill Lynskey, who reportedly said it to be random while he
Picture you
walked.
on the news, like,
And I don't get it at all. Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah, I did tell. You're right. I told him.
oh my god, wait, he actually fucking did it?
Whoa.
No.
I kept saying I got a soft head. You can do it to me. And then he said no. And I said, if you don't, all right, loser. I bet you don't have the balls.
I used to live near
And
McDonald's
also, you talked
too.
a bunch of shit to the guy, and then you said, and also, I'm that guy. Okay.
That's me.
Because I had to go into a Zoom meeting. It was like, okay, he's me now.
He'll take over.
Do
He'll
it
take
to
it from
you.
here.
So what? Yeah, it's a Zoom date.
Tagging out.
So what do you usually get at McDonald's?
I'll just give him with the funniest bit. I'll tell you about it. It's going to be on the news.
Hey, girl, next time you see me, I'm gonna be on the news.
It is funny, the idea that if I did it because I was on my roof taking pictures of all the helicopters.
Just trying to find a way to get to see helicopters.
Yeah, you're like a super power user on
You
Citizen.
love helicopters.
just not just the guy who's like, how can I get him here?
You ever get helicopters over here?
God,
Did you
LA
go up
had
on the roof
so
and,
many.
and look at him?
No, I can't get on my
It was
roof.
fun.
I can't get on mine either.
I can't get on my roof.
Damn, I didn't
man.
even know that was happening.
It was loud as fuck.
It was
Yeah.
so loud.
Yeah.
It was so annoying. It
and
was
one
so
of them,
long
it was
too.
weird.
It was like
They
for
each had their
hours.
own. I guess like air traffic control, you can't be I guess they can't really touch each other. So
it'd be
it
bad.
was like one of them was in one spot, one in the other. And
Yeah,
then
they just
one
kept
was
going back and
circling.
forth. They were just going over
in like air control. It's like bad luck if two helicopters touch each other.
Yeah. You get a demerit on your as
It's
Yeah.
like a weird
it's
old
taboo.
Yeah, it's like a taboo thing.
It's actually one of the
Right.
earliest taboo. The word taboo was invented.
it comes from a it was called a taboo.
When did air traffic control? When was that invented? Do you think?
1 BC.
Oh.
Yeah.
They
It
were
was
controlling birds.
Before,
And then when birds crash into each other.
And then finally airplanes were invented. They're like, finally we can stop with these fucking birds.
Finally we can use
With
this
something of
system
our
that we
own.
developed.
Do birds ever crash into each
I
other?
just thought that.
Yeah.
Why?
They do that to
huh?
kill each other.
they do it all the time. Bird
Really?
fights.
No, but I mean
I
on
saw the most
accident.
disgusting dead bird today.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about
It
that.
was a baby bird with no feathers and its guts came out of its asshole.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Though they fall off the tree.
It's
They
disgusting.
fall off
Yeah.
the tree.
It
They
was
fall
so
off the trees
disgusting.
like they have the nests up there, and then it's like
Oh.
their moms like leave and they're supposed to like fend for themselves or
Yeah,
whatever.
fucking stupid little
Well,
things.
Yeah.
what I
just
used to see
dies.
more when at our first apartment was there was like a grocery store that had, I guess, like a butchery or something.
Yeah.
And there would be chicken embryos like on the street and a lot of just carnage like on the sidewalk.
like
of
chicken embryos.
Yeah. That
Yeah, they
makes
have
sense.
like yeah. They would. I've seen that before in New York. Just like you'll walk by like a like poultry place or something, and they will just have like a chicken that for whatever reason just wasn't gonna pan out.
Yeah.
and they
Yeah.
just like throw it on the sidewalk.
One time I was with Zyper and we were like walking around that part of Bushwick that has like the chicken thing.
Oh, Kiki Riki Viviero.
yeah. And
Yeah.
he
Wait,
was like,
where's-
whoa,
is that
what
right
is
That's
from
the
this?
live chicken place.
That's right by where. Okay.
Yeah.
I was late for therapy a couple weeks ago because I found out that place exists. I walked in.
Yeah, dude. Ben walked in and he was like, oh, this is like an interesting thing,
Yeah.
and it's just like chickens just like screaming
Yeah.
and they're like cutting their heads
it
off in
smells
front
like
of you.
fucking shit.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a real weird thing because like I'm not a guy who will just do. I'm too nervous to
Yeah.
like, do
To see
shit
a
like
chicken.
that. But
Yeah.
I was maybe because I was on my way to therapy or something. I was feeling
Yeah, you
free.
just wanna,
feeling
like,
great. And I
yeah.
went in and I was
You're like,
hey.
if I see something I don't like, I can handle it immediately
Yeah.
after.
Exactly. I'll be able to process it instantly.
But yeah, I went in and they wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
First of all, they didn't
They
understand.
wouldn't let me hold
English.
the
Yeah.
knife.
So
They didn't. They looked at you and they're like, we can't give this guy
They're
a
like,
chicken.
this guy doesn't want a fucking chicken.
Well,
He's coming in
exactly.
here to
It's
make
like-
fun of
It's
us.
like, when somebody, it's like when somebody walks into like a designer store
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they know
with
they're not going to buy
sweatpants,
anything.
they-
They're
yeah.
like, all right, I'll go handle this guy.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it was a
Okay,
little sad.
okay, I get it. You want a chicken?
Yeah, okay, great. Oh, you want to try one on?
I'm sure they clocked what I was immediately, which was you're just a transplant who thinks this is adorable that
Yeah.
chickens live here, and you just want to like high five.
Chickens
They
are
barely
being
live
tortured.
there.
This
No,
is my
yeah.
this is my petting zoo.
And I am a
Live there.
vegetarian, so it's like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
an interesting. As somebody who doesn't eat meat, that is a very interesting stop on your.
Yeah.
It serves
your
no
day.
purpose to me other than doing what I did, which is being a
Yeah.
bad zoo.
Did you ask any questions?
No, they didn't speak English.
So, what are the chickens' names?
I kept asking. I did ask. I did say, "Do you speak English?" I said, "But really,
Chicken.
not just for me."
Chicken.
They were going, "Yeah."
Polo.
They were going, "See,
See, yes, I see the chicken.
hey, what the fuck is?
What the fuck is this store?
What is all this crap?
What are their names?"
Wait, what's this one called?
That shit smells so bad.
Yeah.
The
You can
smell of
like
death.
when you it's like near the Myrtle Wyckoff L&M stops, and like if you're like walking up that street, it's like pretty normal New York smell, and then you get right there and then
Yeah.
it's just like, oh yeah, this is dead chicken bodies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But not even like
This
the
is
smell is from the
adrenaline
live
chicken.
ones. The smell, the bad part of the smell is like
yeah.
fear
You
leaking
smell
out of
fear.
chickens'
It's
cloacas.
a poop that's filled with fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's near there's like a little it's like hole in the window like bagel spot.
Hole in the window.
Yeah,
in
it's
the
like
window?
a little
It's
like
not one of-
window.
I've never heard of that.
Hole
It's-
in the window.
Oh, you're saying there's
a window
there's
and
there's
a yeah, yeah.
Okay, I
It's a
thought
little
you were saying
bagel
like
window.
hole in the wall.
No.
saying
Well, it is a
cute
hole
little
in the
hole
bagel
in the
Bagel-shaped
window spot.
and there's a hole in the window.
Yeah,
There's a
my
window.
brain instantly went to like a bagel-shaped window.
Yeah.
when you
Oh.
said
Well,
Because
that.
there's a hole in the
they
window.
should
Hole in the
they should
window.
change their whole operation to be that. That's a
you
good
were-
idea.
a circular window with a hole in the middle.
Yeah.
I thought you were inventing
put your
a
money
way
in
to
there.
say.
Yeah.
I thought you were calling it quaint.
No.
I like that you
no,
said
no.
something so strange that everyone came up with a new, very
Yeah.
exciting
What it is.
interpretation of it.
Hole in the window. You mean just a window?
Yeah, that is a window.
I meant a window. There's a
Oh, yeah.
window
It is by
on
nature
a
a
wall. There's a window on a wall, It's like a little bagel place.
Not just some floating window.
No. It's
Not just a Sims under construction
it's got a wall.
mistake.
I'm
Yeah,
beginning
walls
to
all
get
around
an
it.
image of this in my mind.
Yeah, you know when you live around there. It's
Patrick,
right
I
next to
actually don't know
the.
that
It's right
place.
next to the White Castle. It's like blue.
Patrick, I
Oh,
think I'm ready to hear the story.
Yeah. Well, just imagine like I like getting a bagel there
Yeah.
is just like you're smelling dead chickens constantly. It makes me
Yeah.
never want to eat there. Was the only thing I was going to say, but I
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
a weird
A
word.
lot of things make me never want to eat a lot of
I
places.
said a weird word and it derailed it.
Oh, I'm actually remembering.
Yeah.
Wait, did you have something to finish up with Ben?
No, it's just that he thought that it would be fun to walk in there, and it was
No,
a
it's
fucking
never
it was a
fun.
nightmare.
Yeah.
It was a chicken nightmare.
Yeah, I'm
It's
not
a
sure if this is
butchery.
anything, but I'm remembering when I was looking for apartments, I guess 9 months ago.
Yeah.
There was a guy who had a $1,200, which is really
Oh
good.
wait, yeah, the guy with all the books.
Yeah, it was less than that actually. I think it was
Yeah.
like 800 for like
Yeah, it
a,
was
like
super
a pretty
cheap.
big 2-bedroom, and I knew that something was gonna be wrong with it or whatever. It was across the
Yeah.
street from like a seafood place,
Yeah.
that big seafood place right there. And he walked out onto the street with bare feet, and he opened the door and he had no furniture, and then like lining the walls was stacks of books and paper. And then I was like.
A scientist.
And to like, I should have like, I don't know why I do this, but like, I wanted like him to like me. It's like I'm not gonna live there. I'm never gonna see this guy again. But it's
Yeah.
like get him on my side. And I was like, oh, like I'm a reader too, which I'm not. And then he was like, oh yeah. And then he like started going through all of his books. And then at one point, because he had bare feet, he slipped and fell as he was explaining a book, but he just kept going. He didn't acknowledge it at all. And then I left the apartment, and he said, I was like, I have a couple other places to look at. And then I was leaving. And then he texted me and he said, Neill, call me right away. And then I didn't call him. And then he said, you texted me a number. He said, you have to call my dad right now. Who was the landlord, I guess? I don't
Yeah.
know. But it smelled like shit and it was awful.
Yeah.
That's the end of that.
Well, yeah, it was right next to that fucking. I mean, living near the chicken thing, I feel like you could kind of get used to, but like seafood, it's like there's a new seafood smell every day.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, that's like this fish is in season or whatever, so now I'm smelling like octopus.
But
Yeah.
dude, what
Chicken
you gotta
shit stays
what you
chicken
gotta
shit. I
live
felt so bad
near
for him.
is the place where they smoke the meats.
Oh.
That
Yeah.
shit smells so fucking
Yeah, the
good.
jerky house.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
live quite close enough to it, but
It's like around here.
Mm.
yeah,
Well,
That's
I
a
guess
good
I don't
spot to
want
be.
that necessarily.
it's a good smell, man. Even
Yeah.
if you
You-
can't
it's
eat
not-
the meat, I feel like
Yeah.
you'd enjoy the smell.
That would be
could
like a
definitely-
gaslit
'Cause
type of
here's
thing
the
where I
thing.
would start eating meat after 5 months of living
Yeah.
there.
well, I
don't know
smell
why.
it. I can't eat the meat from there. It's not even like a store,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just where they
Oh,
make
it's just
it.
a shipment.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
so it will tantalize all.
That's like
equally.
yeah, but there's like if you live close enough to a Burger King, that Burger King charbroil smell that you can smell from like a
a good
block
smell.
away.
Yeah.
So you remember how like there'd be like the Muyas and then like the Burger King was like 5 or 6 stores down and it
Yeah.
constantly smelled
you
like
could
Burger
smell
King
it at
fumes.
another burger place.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
crazy.
It overpowered the burgers at that place.
Yeah, they did. They had a souped up burger that
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
would make every day.
Oh, I guess
You could smell the
Muyas.
triple
They
stack.
they just make one burger in the morning that smells so
And they put it
strongly
on-
that
Yeah.
it lasts all
Yeah,
day.
they
They
put
put
it
in
on
a
that
little box
windowsill.
with
Yeah.
a fan.
They had that windowsill at that Burger King. Why do they never do that? That's the most tantalizing place to put food, and they never
Yeah.
ever
In
the
think to
windowsill.
do that.
They should,
as a
you know,
in the
you-
window in the hole.
Yeah,
the
the
win-
window in the
hole
hole.
window.
They should have, you know how in like, I think this is a Japanese thing where they do like the mock-ups of the food, like the polyurethane models.
Yeah,
I was
so
so
yeah,
excited for
yeah.
you just to
Seen
explain.
They had
sushi.
that in.
They should do this thing so you
I
don't
think it's
cook.
it's
like
you
raw
don't
fish or
cook
It's like
the
their
food.
version of Burger King.
They had that
Yeah.
in Harvard Square at that ramen
Yeah.
place. Yeah, I
But
remember thinking that shit was cool
That
as
is an-
fuck.
There
I
should
love
be
that.
a bakery that has a little like windowsill
Fake bread.
Because-
that has a pie that's sitting there
Well,
that's
well, 'cause
constantly has a pie
the
smell
other
coming
Other
out of it.
restaurants
I'm
try
sure
to
they
do
do
that
that.
kind of thing, and they just never they just put actual food,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
It's
it looks
you-
like shit.
And you're.
Yeah.
I always think.
but when
you're
they do the
wasting
fake one, yeah.
When you do,
But you do the fake
I
pie on
always
a
think about. I
windowsill.
always have like the intrusive thought. I want to be like, can I get that one?
yeah. Can I just
Give
have
me
the
that
one
one.
with the sign in it?
Give me that
Yeah.
one.
Because it'd probably be cheaper, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's
Gimme
got
it.
a already. I mean, this one has a fucking sign in it. You have to
Yeah.
give it to
Give
me
me
for
that
cheap.
one.
I don't even.
Don't worry about making anything
on.
fresh.
and
Give me that
I don't
one.
want the sign either.
No.
Do you ever go to
I'm
a
not
place where they
some
have
freak.
fish in the tank and you go in and you pick
Yeah.
the fish that they cook up?
Well, you
I
do
never
that with
picked a
lobsters.
fish. I picked a lobster.
Do that with lobsters. Yeah.
That's in the grocery store, but there,
Yeah.
there was
Well,
a
you can
seafood
do.
place
They have
that I
restaurants
go
where
to.
you do it too.
Red
Yeah.
Lobster, you can do that. You
Yeah.
can pick out your lobster.
That is
Chauncey
that's,
Creek.
That's a
You
bridge
ever been
too
to
far
Chauncey
for
Creek?
me,
Yeah.
I would
Picking the
say.
fish?
Yeah,
Never
picking
been
the
there.
animal is a bit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's the good thing about being a
puts a little
vegetarian.
more
I'm out of that.
But
responsibility
you'd be
on
fine with that if it was like it's like,
Who's
oh,
an
you can
evil
see the
animal.
steaks.
If they
Yeah,
said
you know,
like,
that's what I would do.
Our
If
Nazi
one of them
armbands
pick
about
the
all
evil-looking
those.
fish.
yeah, they should put Nazi armbands
On all over, on
every
all of the,
lobster,
yeah, on all the lobsters,
so you don't feel bad.
yeah.
So you're like,
Yeah.
On every
fuck these
fish.
fucking lobsters.
Yeah.
That's the perfect vegetarian experience.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat this fucking shit.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously I'm gonna eat that one.
That's a great idea. That's a
Yeah.
good idea
Yeah.
for a restaurant.
Make them look evil.
Yeah.
They
Why
should.
haven't they done that?
Well,
They already put the rubber bands around
Well,
their
that's-
hands.
They should take
they
off
should
all the
just
rubber
draw a
bands. They
little
should let
swastika
all
on
the
it.
lobsters fucking fight each other.
I think the
Yeah.
issue there would maybe
And
be
then-
the screen printing company having to explain that idea to them. When you say,
Yeah.
I want a bunch of like baby-sized Nazi armbands.
Costume party.
They're not babies.
For
They're
my-
lobster sized.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty comparable thing. Oh, and you know what? They
Yeah.
can do that instead of the rubber bands.
That's what I
That's
think.
what
Yeah.
I said.
Oh, you're just really
Yeah.
a smart
Yeah.
guy.
I'm smart about lobsters.
You could just say, well, this is cheaper than all the rubber bands.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Here's
Yeah,
my
never mind.
here's
Custom
my new
made.
pitch. They basically they have it's a dinner event.
Okay.
Mhm.
You come. They have all the lobsters. They have one lobster for every person that's attending.
Yeah.
They
Okay.
put them all on a tournament. The lobsters fight, and then you get to bid. You either get to bid or it's like you buy in by saying I'm buying a ticket to come tonight and to eat the winning lobster.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then
That's
everybody gets a lobster based
Dana
on their
White
ranking.
coming in every single time.
Or here it is. The lobsters fight in a tournament. Simultaneously, the people are also fighting in a tournament,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
everybody eats the lobster that got the same ranking as them.
That's good.
That would make me eat meat again if someone showed me some meat and this. Well, this guy won a contest.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have to.
Who's the strongest
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, the
What time are
strongest
we
cow.
at?
Yeah.
50s. Oh yeah, we have the list that we got to do.
Yeah, we got to do that because I got to bounce pretty
Yeah.
soon.
Let's pull that up, Mr. Julio.
Callie Webb is calling me.
Oh, shit. Say hello. Say you're on the podcast.
Oh, that's it. Bye. Love you.
It's on the drive. It's on the, what is it? I think I put Neil's name and then today's episode. And it's going to be pulled up right. No. It's going to pull up right now. No. There, now. There we go. Okay. So
What do you got for us?
It was
you know
Mother's
Patrick
Day.
has been deemed the creative director.
yeah,
of
I'm
the
creative
podcast
director
recently.
Does
now.
that just mean you pick a list?
I picked
It
most
means
of
that
the
me
stuff.
and
There's a lot of
Cam are-
responsibilities.
Me and Cam are pretty busy these days,
Yeah,
so
lots
Pat is
going
picking up
on.
the slack.
Yeah, so first slide here, because it was Mother's Day this weekend, I tried to find a Mother's Day related list.
Okay.
So next slide, these are the top 10 reasons why you wouldn't want your mom to enter your room.
Okay.
By Flower Socks 2137.
Oh, that's a cute smile.
Because
It's a
of
very
the
cute
smile. Because
smile.
of smiling.
Oh, it just made me feel like I wanted to have a nice dream.
This is Flower Socks. This is Alyssa. She's 20 from Metro Detroit. Here's some of the things that Alyssa likes. Favorite color, burgundy, navy blue, chocolatey brown, dark gray, moss
Chocolate
green.
Lee brown.
Wait,
Chocolate
what
Lee
the
brown.
fuck? What's going on? What?
This is the person who made
Yeah,
the
really?
list.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Been
Yeah.
a while.
I thought
Yeah.
this was just a profile of a person.
No. This is the person who
Gotcha.
made the list. Yeah. And then their other favorite things. Their favorite foods are sausage, potatoes, ice cream, although they're allergic to milk, soup, and pizza. When I used to have it, it was amazing.
Oh, that's
'cause
sad
they're-
to to know what pizza tastes like, but you can
And
no
you
longer
hate
it.
enjoy.
Their favorite books are Maximum Ride, Percy Jackson,
Yo.
Warrior Cats, and Anne Frank, Diary of a Young Girl.
Maximum Ride was the best.
Maximum Ride was amazing.
I remember
James
Maximum Ride was
Patterson.
good.
Wow.
I never read Maximum Ride, but I remember my friends telling me about it, and I thought it was so fucking cool. And I could
Maximum
never
Ride
get it
was
at the
amazing.
library because everyone was always checking
It was
out.
great because
Uh-huh.
my dad read every James Patterson book that was all like about a ninja special ops guy.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and it was written by the same dude.
Yeah.
And I tried to get him to
What
read
was
it.
the
You could talk
spy
about
one?
it
Did you
like
guys
that,
fuck with the spy
Patterson.
one? What was the spy one?
Alex Rider.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Alex
Okay.
Rider.
They made a
read
movie
that
out of
one.
it.
Tyler
Yeah.
Perry
I read
made
that
it.
one.
Well,
Really?
they made a
I think
more
his
recent
production
one.
company.
There was one when we were kids that came
Oh,
out, which the
Alex
ending
Rider was
is like
James
there's a
Bond
big
for
octopus.
kids.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It's
What's
cool.
the
as
But
next
fuck.
he didn't write any of those.
The
for
only
real.
thing I remember about Maximum Ride, though, like the actual book, was there was one chapter where she's like stuck in a tank as she's being tortured or something, and she basically kills herself by just like thinking like I'm going to just not exist anymore and just die. And then they open the thing and they're like, finally, she's fucking dead. And then they take her out and she gets up and starts flying around.
Whoa.
And as a kid, I tried to kill myself with my brain. Probably every day I
Yeah,
would try
that
that.
makes
Because I was
sense.
like, well, I just kill myself by
Then
thinking
you'll
about
just
it.
come back and I'll fly
and I'll just
around.
come back. but it never worked.
That was one of their
Yeah.
powers, is that they could kill themselves. with
no,
their
no,
mind?
she. It has nothing to do with her powers. She's just like she just does it at some point.
They could have written that in, and that's their
Yeah.
powers, but instead
Yeah.
it's like
It
the-
ne-
Well,
I-
then
I'm
you
not
know
sure
it's gonna happen.
I'm not sure it ever comes up again in the rest of the franchise.
Probably not.
Imagine
Pretty
if
messy,
in
those
book
books.
1 at the very beginning, she's like, and my powers are I can fly, and also I can will myself into dying, but I'll come back right after. And then you just don't hear anything about it until like book 10.
yeah, they just
Oh,
add it.
here it fucking
a big payoff,
is.
yeah.
It
The
might have
editor
actually been.
lazily
That's
adds it in the beginning.
like Chekhov's gun. It's Patterson's power.
Yeah.
It'll come back
Patterson's
later.
power.
Patterson's brain.
Next slide. Neil, you're on the 5 weeks of friendship,
Yeah, we didn't even
Wow.
tell you.
Uh-huh.
This is the 5 weeks of friendship.
Thanks,
and we
guys.
wrote a song for you.
Neil Lynskey, you're such a good friend to me. We were roommates for a few years, had a few beers, or more than a few, I should say. Man, when we were roommates, you used to fucking shower. You used to shower for hours. I always wondered about what you were
Oh,
doing
yeah.
in the shower, and if I could join you, or if that would make our relationship turn sour. I really wish we still lived together. You want to come stay at my house and we could kick it better than we ever did before. You could sleep on the floor and I could enjoy your body even more than I have in the past. You know that me and you, we always had a blast. Remember that one time when our roommate Dante went out of town? He left the Xbox. We played GTA 5 all over town. Yeah, we were walking around
All over
GTA
town.
5 acting like clowns, shooting every police officer we saw. That shit was amazing every time that we broke the law. And Neil, you mean so much to me. One day I want you to have lunch for free. I think that you don't need to ever pay again. So when I hang out with you, you'll always be my friend. Neil, I can't believe that I even met you. I one day want to never forget you.
Neil, you were also
No, I
my
don't want more.
roommate. When it comes to awesome, there is no debate. You were one of the best roommates that I ever had. I liked you living with you more than living with my dad. Every single morning, you would take a shower. You would be in there for almost an hour. I think that the shower would give you powers because you would come out and you'd be a bright ray of sunshine. And we would play Super Mario Sunshine on the GameCube. You are the opposite of a lame dude. You're insane, dude. You have a green thumb and a Putney Swope poster. I would go in your room when no one was over. I would pretend that I was you and I would wear your clothes. If you had a garden, then you would have a hose. You are a writer and you have beautiful prose.
Cameron.
And that was
No,
the
they
former
recorded
roommate.
this
No,
before I
it's-
even got
This
here.
is the for,
And
you didn't see the
also-
text.
that
It
was-
said former roommate
Former
freestyle.
roommate freestyle.
I saw that. I saw that. That was beautiful, guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Well,
That
thank
was
you for
all.
saying
That was all off the dome, by the way.
I remember one time I was laying in my bed, and then you opened my door, and you went, "No, wait, look!" And you saw me, and you went, "Oh, sorry."
Was that? I forget what that was.
What were you trying to
I was trying to show your balcony to somebody.
yeah, right.
No, it was it was the other apartment.
You were doing
The
a
other
picture raid.
apartment.
What?
The other apartment.
Yeah, it was the second one.
Oh. I was trying to show how
Which is
much
like-
bigger your room was compared to
Oh,
mine.
okay,
Yeah.
that's
I
fair.
think you were doing a
Yeah.
panty raid. SpongeBob.
I was doing a panty raid. Dude, I used to wear Neil's clothes, and I'd look in the mirror and sing the "I'm Neil" song.
Why'd you cut out the part where you said that you used to listen to him fuck?
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I had a whole verse about how I would put my ear on the wall, and then
Touch his ball.
I would touch my ball, not my thing.
Yeah, I enjoyed the
I
the
can-
rapiness of
Yeah.
both of your verses.
Mine was not. Mine was just about
Yeah.
just our friendship.
Both of them were
Well,
about
yours was
friendships.
about what we have done.
Yeah, what we've done.
You know.
Both the verses were about friendship,
Yeah.
and that's what this week's are all about.
Oh wait, but
Yeah,
I also
this-
did something extra.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I made-
I had a lot on my plate today. I couldn't
I
do
have
extra.
been recently getting.
Oh,
in-
well, this is Cameron's toast.
Cameron.
Oh yeah. Well, I was getting okay. So yeah, as part of the 5 weeks of friendship, we'll start this now.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'll give everyone. I'm gonna give a toast.
Oh,
we don't
that
have
makes
anything
more
to
sense.
toast with.
I'll be initially. My mind went to a piece of bread.
I think
I
you're
do
not,
like that. I do like that stuff.
I believe you're friend number 5.
Your friend
Yeah.
number 5. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
you're
Halfway
number 5.
through.
You're
This
halfway
is
through.
week 3, day 1.
Oh, it's
Week
5
3,
weeks.
5
Yeah.
weeks.
Damn, that's a little too
Uh-huh.
long.
Of a guest every time.
Yeah.
Who's
So
a
who was
friend.
the last one?
The last one
was Pierce.
Was Pierce, but we
Nice.
didn't do any of this for Pierce. I'm realizing
This is the first time that we
just
decided
recently
to.
decided to kick it up a notch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny how fast this type of thing flies by when you decide to retroactively have already been doing it for multiple weeks.
Yeah, because we already we did 2 episodes back to back that had guests, and then we said, well, let's just do 5 weeks of that.
But
Yeah.
you should just do one. If you can't get a guest, you guys are friends.
No,
it's
the fun part.
It's
No,
about
no.
honoring our friends.
Yeah. You're trying to stall me. You don't want
Yeah.
to hear your toast.
You don't want. You're
going
going to be embarrassed by the
I was
toast.
trying to
'cause
bring you
it's-
guys back together because you have individually told me you don't like each other anymore.
Well, that's,
I don't have anything. I don't have anything to toast even with.
Yeah.
you can hold my cup.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, okay. Then
Oh,
I'll
sorry.
keep my cup.
This Neill.
Hey,
Okay, that works.
Neil,
Cameron.
Nail.
buddy.
Nail.
For all the time I've known you, you just are my friend, man.
Yep.
And whenever I have questions about money, I know you are always there for me. Or if I have any questions about technology, you've always helped me fix my dishwasher,
Mhm.
my coffee machine.
So many times.
Yeah. I remember you let me borrow your motorcycle.
That was
That
cool.
Yeah,
when I was
what
going on that
happened
road. Yeah, I know, man. Listen,
wait.
listen. I'm gonna get it back to you. I swear that I'm
Okay.
gonna get it back. It's not
It's
in
tied
the
up
state.
with the cartel.
It's in a different country.
Mm-hmm.
And you know the one thing, if I think about Neill, the first thing I think about, man, is just that all your favorite hot dogs you used to eat back when we were hanging out. You'd eat all those hot dogs with it. You guys remember his crazy condiments?
Yeah,
I
you
remember.
did have some crazy condiments back in the day.
So Neill,
List them
man.
all right now.
Well, okay. There was. I think you liked. What kind of jelly was it? It was strawberry jelly.
Mhm. It's more of a
Elvis.
yeah.
No, am I wrong?
It was chutney.
It was chutney.
It was marmalade.
Yeah, it was chutney. He had an
Well, it was
apple
marmalade
chutney.
and jelly.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Oh, they're
so
different.
It's a rare mix.
Yeah,
And that-
But you
that's
could.
it. That's the
I
only
remember
time.
that you didn't know the difference, and you used to mix them up and say it's
Yeah.
no different if I do this.
And you go,
I have half a jar of jelly
And that would
half
really
of
piss you
marmalade.
off.
And I would get
Yeah.
so
It's
mad.
not
And
different.
we would
Stop
start
doing this.
boxing each other with those
Yeah, I remember
spiked gloves that
Yeah.
we made.
that were all sticky from the jelly.
Yeah, but if there's one thing I want to say, it's that I really hope we never come to blows with those spiked gloves ever again.
Yeah.
Because that was a dark time in my life, and I still haven't fully psychically recovered from that.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone, raise a nail to Neill. Neill.
Yeah.
Neill.
we can't.
Raise a Neill.
Yeah, he.
Well, you guys
he
all
and
have-
I
you
said
have-
it.
Do you
Yeah,
raise the
you have
glass
a
with
nail.
your toast, or you sit there kind of humbly?
Huh?
You
I
don't
don't have
raise
a
your own
toast.
glass if you.
Well, you don't
toast.
have anything.
No.
You just sit there.
Yeah, you just.
I would
Right.
say you kind of gesture it outwards.
Yeah.
You
No,
don't.
but I'm saying if
Yeah,
you're,
that
if you're
is-
being
what do you do
toasted
if
to,
you're
I don't
being
think you go
toasted?
like, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you do. I think
I
you're.
think it's-
I think
yeah.
you. I don't know.
You don't
It does,
applaud when everyone's
feel,
applauding you.
yeah, it does
I
feel a
do.
little bit like that. I do because I don't know what to do with my hands.
Guys, to Neill.
To Neil.
to Neil.
Thank you guys.
And
That was a beautiful toast.
let's get to the next thing, which is
I've been getting into pixel art, and I made a digital painting. And I made this about you.
Whoa!
we're gonna mint this as an NFT, and this is gonna be sold to hopefully a Saudi billionaire, and then you'll get half of the money, and we'll get the other half.
Dude, you got my boots. You got my hair.
That's the second time that people have
And
been
your
like,
and your thigh gap.
yeah.
okay,
and I'm wearing a little
the
jacket.
first one that I did was really basic, and then this one I was like, I'm gonna turn it up a notch.
And this one is of someone who's a bit of a basic bitch.
Whoa!
But it's
a
all
little
love-
joke.
but it's
Just
all
a little-
love,
it's
though.
a joke.
As soon
Hey,
as
bro,
we get
it's
past
a
the
joke.
toast, the
It's a
venom
joke.
comes
You
out.
can't do one toast and then shit on
Yes, I
somebody
can.
right
First
after.
of all, I'm not shitting.
You call him a
It's a
basic
joke.
B.
It's a joke.
I'm
You
not
just-
going to take it as such.
Well, I did the whole toast.
Yeah, so you think you
Well,
earned
I've
one?
earned it. I
one
earned
jab.
one
You didn't
joke.
earn a
Yeah.
jab.
That toast was
I
all
only
over the
one
place,
joke.
motherfucker. And I went with your just surreal little bits.
That toast was. I mean, that. Yeah, you.
I like that, though. That's beautiful.
You really
Yeah.
do you, Neil? Do you actually? You've known me for so long. Do you actually like
I
this?
do like it. I do.
You do.
Yeah, it's me at Cobra Club.
It's true.
Do you like? Is it? Does it
Are
read?
those are buttons?
Those are buttons on his shirt.
Yeah.
Now, okay, because I was kind of expecting like a surprise when I came in here, and I did get it.
Can you talk
so
a little bit about
now?
his-
Now I'm expecting like. But is
Can,
it
can
actually
we go back?
something
Go back
else?
to pull this picture back up, Caleb. Just as an
Yeah.
artist, I'd love you to talk a little bit about his hands.
Yeah, why am I giving the bird to
What
the
is
ground?
going on with his hands
Yeah,
here?
okay, so motherfucker, you want to go there? The last digital painting that
An
I did,
artist statement.
the last
please.
digital painting that I did, I got a lot of guff from somebody over here, beep, 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 you, about how the hands were him pointing down
it
and they
went backward.
were exactly
You went backwards
the same.
on the hands.
What do you mean? Hands are always in motion. Who knows what
No,
the
this
hands
is
are doing?
this is
This is Neil's stand-up style.
Yeah, I'm always giving the middle finger and
Yeah.
then
The
pointing
upside
down
down middle
sideways.
finger and then pointing down. That's like
Doing
your
yeah.
cool kind of way to do stand up.
It's me desperately trying to point to my
Yeah.
middle
Yeah.
finger.
Fuck you
But I can't.
and this.
If you don't like my set,
Pointing to you. I think that is, you know what? I'll take. You know, I'm gonna humbly take the note.
I wasn't even a note. I was asking for an artist statement, and you took it as
well,
an
we'll
insult.
have the
No.
most amazing painting next time.
Who
Also,
was
I
the
just
last digital
remembered
painting
this.
of?
The
It was
last digital
Julio.
painting was of Julio.
for his birthday.
I
for
just
his birthday.
remembered. I also got you this gift.
Wow.
Wow, it's
Thanks, man. A bag.
Very big bag.
Oh, I was so excited to have a bunch of money inside the bag.
what good, dude. I just saw something in there. You're gonna want to look in there.
There's actually
Yeah.
one good thing in there. There's a legit, actually good thing.
So that is a-
$25.
Was the jams, was jelly, was talking about jelly ahead of time planned?
no.
Nope.
No.
There
Wow.
was a
But there's
$25
also
Trader Joe's
wait.
gift card.
Damn.
There's
And
two more
also-
things. Well, one more gift technically.
A receipt?
Not the
That's on there
receipt.
too.
I
Not
saw
the receipt,
something else
but
in there.
The receipt's in there in case you want to return this stuff. It's 2 lollipops.
From the doctor.
And they're Cosmo and Wanda colors because I know you love Fairly Odd
yeah.
Parents.
Oh my God. Thank you.
And dude, you
guys.
can have this if you want.
How am I going to carry all this stuff home?
That is an actual Trader Joe's gift card.
And
though.
that's a real nail, so be really
Yeah.
careful.
What Trader Joe's do you guys go to? Because I will use this.
William-
I don't know.
Williamsburg.
That's
Trader
why
Joe's.
I've never used it
Yeah.
because it was
Why is
just-
it called Sweet Store Jam?
I don't know. I
And why,
have
and why is it old as fuck?
because I think I got that from my mom 2 Christmases ago. And
It's great.
been sitting
It's
in
like
my-
water damaged.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been. I think it's been in 3 wallets.
Yeah. Well. That's Neil's gift. And the next part of this is the reminiscent corner.
Well,
Take it away, creative director.
We've had so many amazing times together, and I'd love to just reminisce about our amazing life that we've lived
friendship
so
is
far.
so
It's so
fucking
sad that it's
special.
drawing to a close.
Friendship
For all
is
four of
all
us.
about memories.
Yeah, I mean, what is there even? There's almost too
We
many
have
memories.
had
Oh,
so
I thought
many
you were gonna have
living situations
A slideshow
together.
that I was going to hate of pictures of
No.
me.
I put the
No,
slideshow before the video.
You know what I remember?
Hmm.
You went into the bathroom once and you were in there for too long, like an hour.
Yeah.
And then I heard you go, dog. Like, you went like, God damn it. And then you had walked in with full head of hair and you walked out with a shaved head. Because you tried to give yourself a haircut and you did
Yeah.
it backwards. And I think you just went like
Yeah.
up.
That tracks. What was that? 187?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Why are you
Oh.
so cagey about your former address?
Yeah, I was
For a
not
guy who
mentioning it.
who is cagey about it, you like to say the numbers in
Yeah.
the streets a
The
lot.
numbers are fine. I've already said the address on the podcast a few times.
So where's this fear?
And
coming
also,
from?
I
Let's get into
I
this.
wasn't afraid of it until a fan messaged me and said, "That's like 2 layers of you're shedding a layer of protection against your like social security number."
My doctor told me that too when I was trying to get rid of my shell.
Yeah,
He said, you're going to want to keep that.
you're
In
gonna want
case
to
you
see
get
your
mugged.
shell.
But he was talking about just your general social
Yeah.
anxiety.
This is the- you know
Oh,
what?
no, it was like identity. It was an identity
I
I
theft
think I'm coming
thing.
out of my shell.
Yeah.
That will ruin your
You
social
want your
security
shell.
numbers.
This is something that this is something that you say on the show, and then a fan reaches out and helps you to understand what it is.
Yeah,
But I found out yesterday that I have 2 social security numbers.
Whoa.
you have your identity stolen.
You don't have.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah,
All right, cool. That's good.
yeah.
No, there was an easy. Just we all have fucking. How many do we have?
You only got 2.
You only have 2. Here's a,
You only got you idiot. You only got 2. You're supposed to get 4 by this age.
it's 22.
You get one every 4 years. Every time there's a new president. Of
Oh,
course,
guys, Real ID is in effect.
Oh,
They
no.
finally
Oh, yeah.
went and did it. The fucking
Passport.
mad.
Oh yeah, I gotta use my
Of
passport
course.
for my flight
I know
tomorrow.
this can't be
You
right,
do,
but it's
man.
like
Oh, you're lucky I said something.
Yeah,
is an old man like the first guy to get us? It was his number 000. Like,
must have
It's
been.
it's
Yeah.
I think. Well, I don't. At
Oh,
some
the
point they
first
switched to
three
geographical,
numbers,
but
yeah,
also,
the first 3 numbers are like the
But it
city
is
you were born in.
But it is
Oh,
true
really?
that the
Yeah.
number will be lower if you go back in
Yeah,
time.
Yeah.
that is
They,
true.
That's
yeah, they
cool.
do
Older
count
people
that.
have lower numbers.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a lot of older people didn't really get their. They didn't like know their social security number until like the 90s.
Yeah,
it
'cause
wasn't
why?
really
Who
a part of
cares?
like identifying yourself. It just
Yeah.
was referenced your social security benefits.
Yeah, I got it wrong the other day on the phone. You know,
Yeah.
you can't always remember everything.
Yeah, on the
Give
phone
it-
with the
give us
wallet
some-
inspector.
I'm looking at your wallet records here. It's saying that your social security is this still true?
record.
And do you still have a baseball card behind your ID? Yes. Okay.
Actually,
I was trying to get something for like my driver's license at one point. I don't know, and it was like not the right website.
Yeah.
And it was like a pop-up thing that said like type in your social security. And I was like 17, I think. And I asked my parents like, what is this? And they were like, type it in. And it was clearly like a virus website.
All right, we and that concludes the reminiscing corner.
Yeah. And now it's Funtopia.
That's exciting.
Okay, so this now the present.
This is when we just riff and have fun.
Patrick,
Whoa!
I asked Patrick when he was making this. I said, "What is Funtopia?" He said, "That's the part where we be funny."
I'm tired.
Part where
Though.
we'd be really funny. It's a really good idea.
It is a good idea.
I mean,
Yeah.
conceptually, if we can pull it off,
If we can
it's a
pull it off,
genius
though.
idea.
execution, yeah.
That'd be really good, actually.
But now there's a lot of pressure. I feel like we should just go back to the reminiscing hour and just talk about maybe
Hour? Man, I just told you I had to fucking leave, and now you're upgrading it to an hour?
We were reminiscing about the.
Yeah, remember when we
M&Ms?
said spaghetti earlier?
That shit
Pretty
was
good.
funny.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking
I
funny.
actually want to
Well.
have that right now. I'm fucking hungry.
Well.
Spaghetti.
I'm also hungry, and we have to meet after. We have to do something after this. So
You got any shows coming up that you want to
Yeah.
plug?
I
Oh, you
just
do?
posted today that my
Plug it, bro.
Oh, yeah, your gutter show's back,
the
right?
gutter in Williamsburg, May
Yeah.
22nd.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
Does that show you're doing that monthly again?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
every month, follow Neill on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Say you're at.
Oh, what is it?
I don't know. Is it Neil's account?
Yes.
We'll put it
I think
on.
it's
Yeah.
Neil's dot
Neil's
account.
dot
Neil's
account.
dot account.
Neil's
So yeah, every month Neil will have a show at the Gutter in Williamsburg. Remember one time you were doing the show?
Reminiscing corner.
I'm still in the reminiscing.
We're
corner.
fucking.
We
I don't know what
moved
you're
to
doing right now.
Funtopia,
Now that we've
bro.
moved.
Do you remember? Do you remember you were doing it, and it was like the exact same time that fucking Charlie X was doing the lot radio next door,
across the street.
Yeah, it was like the street was like insanely packed.
Yeah.
You say Charlie X?
Yeah,
Charlie
Charlie
XCX.
Charlie XCX.
Oh, you
I
just
said
said
XCX.
And there
You
was
said-
a
no,
girl
you
who
said-
I
oh,
run that
mentioned
back.
Charlie X.
You said Charlie X.
You said Charlie X, and I assumed it was someone that I didn't know.
Yeah, I
No,
thought it was
no,
a
no, no.
comic.
a secret agent.
I definitely said it, but what were you saying?
No, you didn't, man. We
No, I
can
just
run it back
mentioned it
a
on
million
stage and, like,
times.
2
Play it
girls laughed.
over and over and over.
Charlie X.
I mentioned it on stage. Like, thanks for being here. She's right outside. I can't believe you chose me. And then 2 girls left, which is like totally fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's excellent.
So we will be in Boston at the end of the month. Actually, I can't make that show because I'm leaving that day.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, like,
I wanted to go, but
I thought you meant you couldn't make your own.
No. I can't make your show because the next day on Friday
I saw that and I was like, oh, that's too bad. Well,
Yeah.
where are you playing in Boston?
we are playing the
Crystal
Crystal
Ballroom.
Ballroom in Somerville.
It doesn't sound like a real place.
We'll find out when we get there.
The
Then
wallet
you, y'all.
inspector booked
Yeah.
us.
The wallet inspector.
And then we will be in Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
Uh-huh.
You can buy
Yep.
tickets for all that on swagpoop.com/shows.
Mhm.
Come and see us.
Check that
Please.
shit.
We'll put Neil's link on the website.
Sure.
We'll put the
Yeah,
link
great.
to Neil's show. Yeah. We'll say produced by Podcast About Liz.
Sure, fine.
We take over as your producers and we just like
I want to do
remove-
nothing. Yeah.
remove
And it's
everyone
like
from the lineup.
when the Sopranos move into that sports store, they
Yeah.
ruin that guy's
We're booking just like racist Long Island comics. It's just like the numbers, the crowd
Hey,
numbers
Neil,
are going down.
I think we're gonna do the show at 1 p.m. today. Just really want to get it over
Hey,
with.
hey, you wanted that swag poop money. You're right, Cam. I'm sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Neil.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank you.
All right.
It was fun.
Bye.
Tune in for the continuation of the 5 weeks of friendship.
Yes, with more parts added.
With more friends. What does
does
Taboo
this?
look like?
He looks like a Dr. Manhattan with butterfly wings.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's like
Whoa.
a glitch guy.
I've never seen
You
this.
never played
Me,
Subspace
never
Emissary?
seen
It was fucking shit.
It was shit?
Yeah, it was kind of shit.
Oh. I think you're
It's a
saying
little bit
this.
shit.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
a
huge
little
waste
shit.
of time. The cutscenes
Yeah.
are dope.
Yeah, the cutscenes are dope, but it doesn't even have that song I was thinking of.
Oh.
Whoa, he's cool.
Yeah, he's pretty cool, actually.
Probably I didn't nail that description.
Actually,
pretty good.
Yeah.
he's kind of a tattoo more than
He
Yeah, it's
looks
like
like-
a
Yeah.
tribal butterfly wings.
Nice tramp stamp.
And how did I know his name was going to be spelled oddly?
That would be
Yeah.
a
I
great
just kind of
tramp
intuited
stamp
that
for a
without
nerd
knowing.
hoe.
Yeah.
Taboo.
A nerd ass hoe.
Yeah. Super smash.
Oh, you can super smash
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
You
Bros.
go ahead and
Yeah.
super smash me.
With my
Melee.
bros.
Go ahead and super smash melee.
Ultimate.
Let me suck
Oh,
your
I
balls.
got it. I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanna suck
your
on your balls.
ultimately.
Take my brawl off and put
Yeah.
your brawls on my
Four.
boobs.
Oh yeah.
4 times.
3Ds.
I have 3.
3Ds. Wee!
And my mom is 64.
Jesus.
And my mom is 64. Just a fact.
And she's
Just,
64.
just saying this so you get to know me a little better.
64.
And I could call my snester, and we could have. No.
Nope.
My
Could call
SNES.
my SNES.
My
We could have
little-
snacks.
We could have
SNES.
snacks with each other.
SNES.
Could have SNES with each other.
Like Nestle chocolate chips.
What is another?
Oh, you want to play games, boy?
I'm gonna.
Let's link up. But let's not young link.
But we can Toon Link.
We can Toon Link.
Yeah.